Hey, it's longest solo ever. I talk a lot about not liking FL Studio, and a lot of that is exaggerated for the memes, but there is a reason I mention it so often. FL Studio is kind of the standard for music production in the Friday Night Funkin' world, but this is just about the only place that's true. There's a couple industry standard DAWs, or digital audio workstations. In professional recording studios, you're going to see Pro Tools being used about 99% of the time. Outside of those studios, as you get into EDM and hip-hop producers who are more likely to be working from home or on the road and don't need a big live studio, Ableton and Logic are by far the biggest players. Beyond that, you've got programs like Cubase, Reaper, and Studio One. FL Studio has its users, but definitely nothing resembling the market share of the ones I've mentioned. I want to start by saying there's two reasons I feel like I can have a strong opinion on this. One, I'm an experienced music producer. I've been doing this for a couple decades now, and I've got songs that have been licensed by major television networks. I've spent plenty of time with just about every piece of software out there, and I've had a lot of time to develop my opinions on them. Also, for the last 10 years, I've been a private music teacher. I've taught hundreds of students over the last decade, and the only ones I've ever seen have any real trouble with music production were the ones who insisted on using FL Studio because they'd already spent money on it. I can't count the number of times I've been walking a student through something and they ask me, why is this so hard? Why is it like this? Why do I have to do this crazy thing? And I have to say, well, in any other program, you don't. FL Studio is the only program like this. But we'll get to those specific things in a minute. I want to be clear. If you like using FL Studio, this is not me saying you're wrong to use it or that the music you're making isn't good because of that. I'm just saying I don't think FL is the best tool for music producers, especially beginners, and there's a few reasons why. FL Studio was originally Fruity Loops, named that because it was a loop-based program. You'd create short little one-measure pieces of music that you could repeat or loop in different combinations to create a full song. The original Fruity Loops was basically a 4-channel drum machine. No audio capabilities, barely any ability to write actual music into it beyond the drums. Over the years, they've tacked on stuff like a proper piano roll, automation, some very capable synthesizers, and the ability to actually record audio. Sort of. More on that in a minute. But because it's all built on this original design of this fun little toy where you can put loops together, everything stacked on top of it is a twisted and confusing mess. Let's go through the standard FL Studio workflow just to put together a basic song. You'll see what I mean. When you open a fresh copy of FL Studio, you'll be greeted with this screen, an empty row of tracks, a nice little drum sequencer helpfully set up with a basic drum kit to get you started. That's nice. Now, this works like most 16-step drum sequencers. You click on a button to add a note, and you can... Oh, you have to right-click on it to get rid of them. Okay, fine. That's fine. I would have figured that out eventually. Sure. So let's write a drum beat. And press spacebar to hear it. Cool. Okay, now, what's next? I want to write more than just a one-measure drum loop. And here's where we get into patterns. This is FL Studio's first helpful way of driving you completely insane. You see, this one-measure loop of music isn't actually part of your song yet. It exists in this weird pocket dimension called a pattern. By writing it here, you're filling up this imaginary box over here. To make it part of your song, you have to paint it onto your track. Okay, now let's press play. Think you're hearing your song? Wrong! You didn't switch it from pattern mode, or pat, to song mode, you fool. Okay, fine. That makes sense, I guess. I want to add some more instruments. Let's add a bass. To do that, we go back to our channel rack where all these drums are hanging out, which, sure, let's put the bass in there too. Let's press this plus sign button down here. Assume I know which of these 100 different synthesizers is good for making a bass. Let's go with this one. And wait, what? What am I going to do with that? This isn't a drum. What does this even do if I put notes here? Does this just play the same note over and over again? Oh my God. I don't know what I expected. I need a piano roll. I need to write notes. Can I right click on something? Oh, thank God, a piano roll. There we go. Wait, what are these notes already here? Is that... Those are the drums. Why are the drums here? Oh, because we're in the same pattern. Right. Wait, why are they all on the same line? Why are they all on C? I can't tell which of these notes is which drum. This is terrible. Okay, fine. Let's close out of that. We make a new pattern. I have to go up to this and add a new pattern. Let's name this one bass. And just to be thorough, let's name this first one drums. There we go. Good. Okay, now go back to the channel rack, right click, piano roll. Okay, let's write a bass line. Okay, great, wonderful. Let's take a listen. Oh, right, I've got to paint this on because this isn't a music program, it's a frickin' painting class. Fine, there we go. Great, okay. I kind of want that second half to be a little different, so can we... all right, I want to copy and paste what I've already got here. So let's select everything, copy, and... Can I decide where I paste it or just, oh, okay, it's gonna just paste, all right. Can I put it here? Nope, wait, what? Why can't I? Oh, no, FL Studio very helpfully will not snap to the right notes. No matter what you want it to do, it will decide to snap them entirely somewhere else. I cannot get it to start on the beginning of this beat. And you know what the official answer is? I combed through the FL Studio help forums. The official answer from image line employees is, drag it back to the beginning of the session and then just kind of slam it against the wall here until it's in place. And then you can put it where you need it. That's the official help desk recommended solution. God damn it. Can you decide where FL Studio pastes things? No, there's no cursor to paste things. It always just kind of helpfully pastes it at the left corner of your screen. Fine, that's okay. Let's move on to mixing. I want to adjust some of these volumes, get things balanced. Let's just find where our bass track is coming in. Wait. I only have 2 tracks here, and there's 4 coming out here. Are those my drums? Are those only my drums? Let me listen. I have them all muted. Where is the bass track coming from? Oh, that's right. In FL Studio, you have to manually assign a mixer track for every single instrument you make. Until you do, it just kind of exists in the freaking upside down, just coming from nowhere and messing up your mix. If you forget to do this, your mix literally doesn't exist. So, okay, fine. Let's assign this to track 5. That's the next one. Great. And there it is. Love it. Finally, I can control the volume of an instrument. That only took several clicks just to make it freaking exist in my mixer. Fine. I want to add one more instrument here. Let's add this thing. We'll put it on track 6 because now I know that's a thing. Fine. And this is gonna play some. Oh, don't forget, make a new pattern. Right. This is gonna play some chords. Okay, and now I'll paint it. Oh, I put it on the wrong track. Wait, what happens if I just play that now? Wait, isn't that on the bass track? Shouldn't that sound like a bass? No, you can just put stuff anywhere. You can literally, I could put all of these things on top of each other, just squished all together in one big mess of absolute nonsense, because nothing means anything in FL Studio. These can all coexist on the same track, because remember, that has nothing to do with how they sit in the mixer. So just... It's all just there. Fine. Ah, God. Okay, let's undo that. Wait. There's only one undo? I can only undo one time in FL Studio? It's 2022 and there is only one undo in FL Studio. Come on. Oh, there's a where is it? There's an undo history. That's handy. Okay. Wait. Those are things I did at the beginning. Are you telling me it's from the top? The stuff I just did is at the bottom of this list? I have to scroll down? Fine. Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. And yeah, okay, good. Good job, FL Studio. Fine, thank you. I just want to record some audio. Let's just record some audio. I'm just gonna hit the record button and see what happens. And what would you like to record? Why are there 2 different audio options? What's an Edison? What notes and automate? What does everything mean? Show me some more. Yeah, I bet that button gets clicked a lot. Okay, I guess this first one? Please select an audio input. Okay, fine. 1, that's my mic. Oh God, stop. It's just playing. Okay, can we try that again? One. That's my mic. Oh, God. Stop. It's just playing. That wasn't even scripted. Oh, God. Okay, so I recorded this lovely vocal here. Where is it? It's not in here. It's not in my song, right? Is it? It's in my mixer, though. Like, it's here on this new rec track. But, okay. Okay, you have to find the button helpfully labeled drag copy sample selection and drag it into your song and now it's there. Okay. How do I decide where it goes in the mixer? Is that... Oh yeah, now it's here in the audio. What? Okay, there's a secret panel in here that has my audio in it. And now I can put it on a channel. Oh God, this is fine. This is fine. No, you know what? This is not fine. This sucks. This is so much work, so much to keep track of. I just want to sit down, pick an instrument, make some music. Is that too much to ask for? Ableton Live just makes sense. I'm going to go through the same steps we did in FL just to show you exactly how much easier it is to use Ableton Live right off the bat. Let's start with drums. Let's go to our drum library here. We have a helpful list of kits here. I like this 707 kit. I'm just going to double click on it. See what happens. Oh, hey, the name changed over here. This is now our drum track. Cool. Let's find a place to write some music. To do that, I just have to select this little section and insert an empty MIDI clip. Cool. Oh, look at that. Everything's labeled. It's not just all in one C line. Start with some kick and snare. Hi-hat. Clap. And I want some more of that. I'm just going to grab the end of this and loop it. That's drums. Let's add a bass. I'm going to move to our next track here. Go to sounds, find a bass I like. And this one I'm going to play on my keyboard. That was pretty easy. Wait, where's my mixer? Oh, it's right here. It's literally the same track. I can just turn it down. And that's it. It's mixed. I didn't have to assign a mixer channel to it. I'm not losing track of my instruments halfway through. I'm not having to keep track of which pattern I was writing music on and getting everything mixed up. No. In Ableton, and literally every other program on Earth except FL Studio, one track is one instrument, is one mixer channel. And that's it. It's simple. If I want to record audio, I go to an audio track, enable it for recording, and press the record button. And now I'm recording audio, and I don't have to deal with something called Edison or anything else. It's just right there. That was easy. This is why I'm so confused when people say Ableton is complicated. It literally could not be simpler to me to get started recording music. And when you compare back-to-back the process for making music in FL versus making music in Ableton, it seems like night and day, 1,000 times easier in Ableton. I will never understand people who say FL Studio is simpler. Oh, and you know what else is nice? If you copy something, you get to decide where you paste it. That's convenient. Okay, that covers the beginner side of things. I'm just going to rattle off a few quick things that are only probably going to make sense to the professionals out there, but trust me, these are all very good reasons to use Ableton over FL Studio. Routing. You know this nonsense where you have to deal with this crazy imaginary wire system just to get your side chains and group tracks working together and keep track of literal pieces of string in your mixer just to know where your sound is going? Yeah, that sucks. You know how you make a sidechain in Ableton? You click the sidechain button and then you pick where you want it to come from. That's it. You want a group track? You select a couple tracks and you hit group. You can even group effects and even instruments together if you like the way they sound and you want to stack multiple different ones on top of each other. Now I've got one piece of MIDI playing two different basses. Everyone gets super psyched over the FL piano roll, and I never really got it, and it kind of makes me think they've never used a piano roll in any other program. Like, the Ableton piano roll labels your drums. That alone is, like, incredible. Very few programs do that, and I really like that they do this. There's also this really cool feature called Fold, where it'll hide all the drums you're not currently using. So if you only want to use kick, snare, clap, and hi-hat, you can just hit the Fold button and hide everything else. So you only have to deal with these. That's nice. Also, in Ableton, you can literally undo anything. If you accidentally delete one of the pieces of your drum kit, and then an entire instrument, and then this audio, and then you change this one, you make a new track with a weird organ on it, and you're like, oh, geez, I wish I didn't do all that stuff. Guess what? You can undo all of those things. Literally every one of them. Just keep hitting undo, it's great. And lastly, the automation. Automation is when you change the settings of different effects or instruments over time, and it's one of the most important things as you get into more advanced music production. And Ableton makes it super easy. There's no dealing with crazy automation clips and trying to keep them all straight in your playlists. They are just right on the track themselves. You pick the device you want to edit and the setting you want to change, and then you write in your automation, whatever you want to do. And guess what? You could do curved automation. That's fun. The warping is also really good. Their complex warp algorithm is by far the best out of any DAW out there. And you can quantize and shift audio super easily. All right, I'm done. I'll calm down now. I'm sorry. I want to reiterate, if you use FL Studio, that's great. I'm happy for you. And I'm happy you were able to figure it out. But if you're new to music production and you're trying to pick which software you're going to use, I hope it's a little clearer why I recommend Ableton Live over FL Studio. That's all. Go make some music, and thank you for watching. If you like this video and you want to hear me talk more about music production, head on over to my new channel, Dean Talks Music, where we talk about music production, songwriting, and everything else related to making music.